No, they have abortions.
Shut up. Where your
It has nothing to do with you,
one, so
sweetheart.
shut the f up.
No, you shut the f up
with your little nappy ass bob.
You
quiet, for
You's
real.
a weak. This is my
Wesley
real
Snipes
hair.
looking
Take that
ass
shit out.
bitch.
Let's see what you look
Shut
like.
up.
Lame ass
Wesley
hoe.
Snipes.
You wish to be
Wesley
me.
Snipes.
That's what your fat ass got to say, really?
I'm the same I can put you on, what?
Really? No, I
Thank
put you on, bitch. That's how you got to the
Thank you.
studio in my car.
Thank you.
If you've been following love and hip-hop Atlanta over the years, the names Bambi, Scrappy, and Erica probably sound very familiar. Their storyline has become one of the most talked about sagas on the show. The drama between them has stretched across multiple seasons, with arguments, tension, and emotional confrontations that fans won't soon forget. Bambi first came into the spotlight as Scrappy's girlfriend and eventually his wife. From the beginning, she made it clear that she wasn't someone who would quietly back away from conflict. She's strong-willed, outspoken, and passionate qualities that have made her a central figure in the show.
How to do is control your bitches.
No, they probably know you, you bum. Everybody you. Scrappy's the first dummy to wife your dumb ass, bitch. Now you think you that?
You mad? Cause I said you listen. I'm your real bitch. I rub your feet every night, so I don't know who the is.
Joe's drama. Erica, on the other hand, is no newcomer to Scrappy's life. She's known him for years and has long had a close friendship with him. While Erica might see herself as a loyal friend who has Scrappy's best interests at heart, Bambi has always looked at her differently. To Bambi, Erica represents a threat, a reminder of Scrappy's past, and someone who always seems to pop up at the worst possible time. The tension between the two women started building long ago. What may have begun as subtle shade and awkward interactions soon turned into a full-on feud. From awkward group scenes to reunion specials, there was always an
So the accusations came when I had to actually go to Scrappy's house to get him money. My lawyer told me to get a police escort because it was just so much drama. When the police got there, it turned into, oh, she's a money. What bothered me the most was the fact that Scrappy tried to use the police report to get full custody of Imani, knowing good and well that I wasn't a
underlying current of tension. Every time Erica made a comment, especially those involving Scrappy, Bambi seemed to take it personally. And who could blame her? Being married to someone whose ex keeps showing up with strong opinions about your relationship isn't easy. One standout moment happened during a past reunion special. Erica casually made a remark about the type of woman Scrappy usually goes for, and Bambi, while trying to keep her cool, was visibly upset. That offhand comment lit a spark, and though it didn't cause an explosion right away, it left a mark. As the seasons rolled on, fans watched the situation slowly unravel. Scrappy and Bambi's marriage began to show signs of strain. They had their own struggles behind closed doors, and Erica's continued involvement only made things worse. Whenever she appeared, it seemed like more trouble followed. She didn't even have to say much. Her presence alone stirred up emotions. Behind the scenes, cast members whispered about unresolved issues between the women. On social media, fans speculated when everything would finally boil over. And eventually, it did. It all came to a head during what was supposed to be a peaceful cast gathering. The producers had planned the event to help clear the air between cast members and give everyone a chance to talk things out calmly. But things didn't go as planned. From the moment Erica walked into the room, the energy shifted. You could feel the tension just by watching the episode. Bambi tried her best to stay composed, but as the evening went on, the cracks began to show. The final straw came when Erica made a comment about Scrappy's loyalty, hinting that maybe he'd been more consistent with her in the past than he had been with Bambi. To some, it might have sounded like just another shady remark, but to Bambi, it cut deep. At that point, Bambi was already emotionally overwhelmed, trying to hold her marriage together while
This raggedy is sitting here, mother.
hand on my face. Listen, I'm not about to argue with a baby mama. I can't be a baby mama. I'm gonna be a baby.
No, talking so much. Stop. Keep going, baby. Yeah, walk off.
dealing with the pressure of being on reality TV. Erica's words pushed her over the edge. Witnesses from the set say the argument started with sharp words flying back and forth across the room. Erica, known for her quick tongue, didn't back down. She made comments about Bambi's role in Scrappy's life, and Bambi, in turn, accused Erica of crossing boundaries and inserting herself into their marriage. The verbal fight quickly escalated. Both women were shouting, and it drew everyone's attention. Cast members stopped what they were doing to see what was going on. Then something happened that many thought might be coming but hoped wouldn't. In a split second, Bambi lost control and lunged at Erica. What followed was a chaotic scene. The production crew and security rushed in to separate them, but not before things got physical. According to later reports, Erica was left with minor injuries, which she later documented in a police report. The room was in complete shock. Some cast members tried to calm the situation, while others stood back in disbelief. The event, which was meant to bring people together, had turned into a nightmare. The producers had no choice but to shut down filming for the night. But it didn't end there. What happened that evening wasn't just another dramatic moment for reality TV. It had real consequences. That same night, Erica filed an official police report. Though her injuries weren't serious, the fact that the situation had turned violent was enough to involve the law. Meanwhile, Bambi was taken into police custody. For a show that's no stranger to trauma, this moment felt heavier. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't staged. It was raw, real, and filled with emotion. Fans online were divided. Some believed Erica had provoked the situation and crossed a line by constantly involving herself in Scrappy's life. Others felt Bambi's reaction was too extreme and showed that she wasn't in control of her emotions. No matter which side people were on, everyone could agree on one thing: the situation had spiraled out of control. In the aftermath, both women went quiet on social media. The production team worked to figure out how to move forward, knowing that the event had crossed into serious territory. Conversations began about boundaries, safety on set, and how far was too far when it came to reality television. As fans waited for the next episode, the headlines told the story. News outlets picked up the incident, with photos of Bambi being escorted by police and quotes from Erica's statement spreading fast. For Bambi, the consequences were very real. Legal issues aside, her public image took a hit. For Erica, the incident gave her a platform to speak out about conflict, respect, and emotional boundaries. So how did we get here? It wasn't just one moment. It was years of tension, unresolved arguments, and emotional baggage. The dynamic between Bambi, Scrappy, and Erica is complicated. There's love, there's pain, and there's history, and all of it was put on display for millions to watch. As love and hip-hop, Atlanta continues, it's clear this won't be the last we hear of this trio. But one thing is certain: reality TV may blur the lines between entertainment and real life, but the emotions behind it are very real. By the end of the night, things had gone way beyond just another TV argument. Bambi found herself in handcuffs and taken into police custody. This wasn't just some scene filmed for ratings. It was a real-life situation that spiraled out of control and quickly became a full-blown scandal. Not long after the incident, footage started making the rounds online. Whether it was recorded by someone on the production crew or just a bystander with a phone, the video spread like wildfire. People saw every second of the chaos, voices raised, arms waving, and finally, Bambi being held back by security guards as Erica stood off to the side trying to calm herself down. Within hours, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram were filled with reactions. Some fans were shocked and disappointed, criticizing Bambi's behavior and calling it over the top and out of line. Others were more sympathetic, saying she had been under pressure for a long time and had finally snapped after being provoked one too many times by Erica. Interestingly, Scrappy, who is usually the one trying to keep the peace between Bambi and Erica, stayed completely silent. People noticed. His lack of response became a topic all on its own. Some fans thought he was struggling to pick a side, torn between standing by his wife or maintaining his longtime friendship with Erica. Others guessed he didn't want to say anything that might make things worse. The online debate turned into a firestorm. Viewers picked sides fast. Many believed what Bambi did was unacceptable, no matter what led up to it. One Twitter user wrote, "This is real life, not just TV. You can't just go around hitting people when you get upset." A bunch of people agreed, saying that no matter how emotional things get, it's never okay to get physical. But not everyone felt that way. A lot of fans stood up for Bambi. They said Erica had been stirring the pot for a long time, intentionally trying to get a reaction out of her, especially when the cameras were rolling. One fan wrote on Instagram, "She's been patient for too long." Erica knew exactly what she was doing. You can only push someone so far before they snap. Supporters also brought up the pressure reality stars face. When you're constantly being put into dramatic situations for the sake of good TV, it takes a toll. They argued that what happened wasn't just about that one moment, it was years in the making. Meanwhile, Erica wasn't staying quiet either. She went straight to social media to share her side of what happened. In a post that quickly went viral, she wrote, "There's a line, and Bambi crossed it. I didn't deserve that, and no one else does either." Some fans praised her for standing up and telling her story, but others accused her of trying to play the victim, especially considering her long history of stirring drama. The fallout from all of this went way beyond the usual gossip. People started talking about the darker side of reality TV, the emotional stress, the constant conflict, and how far producers go to keep the drama coming. Some viewers wondered if the showrunners were partly responsible for letting things escalate to this point. Others brought up the need for more mental health support for cast members who are under constant pressure and public scrutiny. For Bambi, the consequences are very real. This incident isn't just another scandal. It could seriously affect her life moving forward. Her arrest could lead to mandatory anger management classes, community service, or even probation, depending on what happens in court. Even though Erica's injuries were reported to be minor, the charges Bambi faces are still serious. Legal experts believe that her past behavior on the show might be brought up in court to paint a picture of someone who struggles to control her temper. But this isn't just about legal trouble. Behind the scenes, the producers of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta are in full crisis mode. They're trying to figure out what to do next. Some insiders say Bambi's role on the show could be reduced or even cut altogether because of how things look. Others think there might be a chance for a comeback, where Bambi takes responsibility for what happened, speaks openly about it, and works on rebuilding her reputation in front of the audience. This whole situation has also raised bigger questions about reality TV in general. How much is too much when it comes to pushing cast members into stressful and emotional situations just to keep ratings up? Is there a line that shouldn't be crossed, even in the name of entertainment? For the producers, it's a tough spot. They need to control the damage without losing the high-stakes drama that makes the show popular. But this incident might force them and the audience to think more seriously about the cost of all that drama. At the end of the day, what happened wasn't just a TV moment. It was real. And now, both Bambi and Erica are dealing with the fallout. For Bambi, the risks include her career, her reputation, and possibly her freedom. For Erica, this event has made her an even bigger part of the show's storyline. But it's come with emotional scars and a wave of public attention, both good and bad. As for fans, opinions are still divided. Some say Bambi was pushed too far and just snapped under pressure. Others say she went too far and now has to face the consequences. Whichever side you're on, this moment is likely to go down as one of the most talked about events in reality TV history. So what do you think? Did Bambi cross a line she can't come back from, or was she pushed to her breaking point?